Okay, we're ready for our next feature, and what we're going to be doing is cutting these little ears on the bottom of our parts. So I've got my DRO on, everything's set at our zeros, so we can go ahead and begin our laying out our cuts. Now, like I said last night, I went out and I actually it was Saturday night. I sat down and did some math. This is Monday now, and I have to have these done by tonight. They want them installed tonight, so have to work today on them too. So anyway, this gives me how far that I need to go in. It gives me all the dimensions, my first cut on my y-axis, my x-axis, and my y, my z, and my x-axis. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get myself into position, and then we'll start our first cut. So the first cut, I want to set my y-axis to 0.3125, and or I'm going to, yeah, 3125, and then we'll run the full length of the part, the full x-axis. We'll run at that dimension. So we're going to go ahead and set our y to 3125. I'm going to back out the x-axis a little bit there so I don't hit my part. So we're going to take this into 3125. Just a little bit too much. There we go. We're right there. 24. And I wonder if I figured that for. Let me check another dimension because I may need to go in more than that. My part's going to be thicker than what. The reason it may need to be more than that is because this part is actually wider than the part that I'm making is wider than the original part. And the reason I'm doing that is to give it some extra strength. There we go. We're at 0 on our Y. So now I'm going to come into 3125 on my x-axis. And I can come all the way across because the length of the part didn't change, just the width. So we'll do our length parts first. Trying to get that 10th is not an easy one. We're going to lock it like that. And we're going to come all the way across on our cut. So let's go ahead. Oh, I have to take her down to what I need. What is that? My total depth is 125. So let me bring her down to 125. Okay, that's our last part to do on that feature. And now we'll go on to the next feature. I'll bring you back as soon as I get her set up. Okay, we're doing another feature of our part. We're making a ledge on the part within the center box. And the ledge, we're taking, that's a 1/8 inch drill bit. We've got you on, not a drill bit, milling bit, 1/8 milling bit. And we're going to be taking a down feed of 15 thousandths, and then we're going to hand feed it through our cut. So we'll go ahead and we'll turn that on now. Take our down feed. Okay, so we're set up for our next process. You're looking through a magnifying glass, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing that little offset in there, and there's little grooves that go all the way through. So we've got a 1/8 inch tip in our setup. We have to take that down 0.125, 1/8 of an inch basically, and clean up those round corners all the way down, and so that they're squared out, and then we have to make those little slots. So we're going to start by taking 30 thousandths of a cut, and then just work down at 30 thousand at a shot. Hopefully I won't wipe out my tip that way, and that's what we're going to try to accomplish. Okay, so we've got the next element done to this. We've got the recesses, the little notches here. Now we can focus on doing the bottom and doing the bore out here. I'll probably be doing that on the big mill because I don't think I have tooling to hold, or callus to hold my bigger tooling. So we may have to go over to the other mill. That means I have to tram that in and get that going. So we'll see. I'll see if I can put the proper size bits in here to do this hollow out, and then we'll have to come back anyway. I'm leaving the setup on the Bridgeport because we have to come back and do the little grooves along the sides and the radius here. And we'll be doing that with the rotary table on this mill. The outside radius, I've got a radius tool. We'll do that with a radius tool. I'm not going to bother trying to do that on a rotary table. So we'll do this feature here, this feature here, this feature and this feature with the radius tool. And then the radius that we have here, right in here, I'll do that on a rotary table. And the radius that's on this edge, I'll do on the rotary table. So anyway, let's get to it. There's a lot to do yet. Hopefully I won't break one of these. I'm not doing all this inset and everything on all the parts. I'm just doing it on 2 of them because that's all I need. I've got the other blanks ready to go in case I blow it, and then I can bring it back up to snuff. But I think what I'm going to do is just proceed with 2 tools at 2 pieces and try to finish that way, because it's a lot of work just doing all that that 1/8 inch cut. I've broken so many bits doing it that I don't want to chance pushing it too hard, and so I'm taking it a little bit slower than what probably a good machinist would. So anyway, and plus my Bridgeport doesn't spin as fast as I need to for the 1/8 inch bit. I think it was something like 18,000 RPM or something like that, if I got it figured right, that I need, and I can't get that with this. So anyway, we'll move on to the next process. Okay, what we're doing now is I've set up to cut the pieces off to length before we go any further. So I just decided to cut all of them, even the ones that we're not going to finish milling, just in case. This is what we've got now. We've got that hogged out and to the proper depth. And the next thing, we have to come through here with a 1 inch bit. and it doesn't go quite so far. It only runs up about so far and stops. So let's go put in the next part. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking and making a little radius right in here. And I'm just going to do this by sight. I will have to touch off, figure out what my depth is before I do so. Because I have to take it at a certain specific depth. So I'm going to first touch off here, find out what my location is and how far down I have to go, and then I'll bring you back as we make that little cut. Okay, we've set up our depth, and we've already got our center. So all we have to do is turn on the machine and take her over to where we need to go. That's where we need to stop, right there. Oops, I didn't measure that. 1185. Pull that back out, put in the next part. And that's what we're trying to get right there. We got another little element of the whole picture done. And we'll go put in the next one. I'm using the vise as a stop on this. So I have it resting on the bottom of the vise, and the elbow part of it is my stopper for distance. Okay, so now we can turn this on and go another one.